to work with her. She's the key to getting your mom back, but she's here in 10,000 BC, so we need to stay.
You want to stay here?
Hello, get ready for the exciting Theory of LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1 review, Sierra. As if the idea that LA-BREA will soon come to an end wasn't depressing enough, the opening shots of LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1 have arrived and made viewers even more depressed. Obviously, the action sequences and CGI effects were fantastic, but arriving at the beginning of the show's final season, they acted as a dismal reminder of what could have been. With that kind of budget and a little time to develop, LA-BREA could have been the next great sci-fi and family drama. The present TV landscape lacks series that blend characteristics from both genres. But, hey, we can at least enjoy the last 6 weeks. The new leaders LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1. The stakes have never been higher in LA-BREA. Prior to the violent first scene of the season opener, Gavin was mostly concerned about finding Eve, which got even more difficult when the dinosaurs demolished the clearing. While it felt odd to focus on Eve because Natalie Z will only appear in a few moments, we can now see how her disappearance has affected practically everyone else on the show. Hiding from dinosaurs, LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1. Following Eve's capture, the group's efforts to cope and gather clues enabled other personalities to shine. While some fans are ready for Eve's return, I love the ensemble approach and the emphasis on relationships. Gavin was abruptly confronted with 2 teenagers who had lost their mother again, and he was completely out of his element. This is a person who's used to repairing problems, and Izzy's rage over his broken promises sheds new light on their relationship. Gavin, Izzy, I'm not giving up. I'm going to bring your mother back. Izzy, you've been saying things like that from the beginning. All the promises. Look where we are. Permalink, you've been saying things like that from the beginning. All the promises. Look at where we are. Izzy and Gavin had always had a close relationship, but the girl plainly suffered from her mother's absence, so losing Eve so soon after reconnecting was understandably devastating. Then there's Josh, who has become just like his father, unyielding and protective of people he loves. His father's son, LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1. Josh dealt with his mother's abduction by spending time with Riley, fantasizing about a regular existence, and taking her on dates in Los Angeles. They sounded similar to Gavin and Eve as they reminisced about their first date in LA-BREA Season 2, Episode 7. Josh, these are all the reasons I love you. Sorry, but maybe. Riley, I love you too. Permalink, these are all the reasons I love you. Of course, Josh and Riley's love moment could not last. Riley was assaulted by a raptor when they were kissing. Josh behaved like many young guys in love, and it was evident that he would do anything to save his fiancée. He was struck with remorse, partially because he didn't want Sam to despise him, but also because he couldn't handle the prospect of losing another loved one. That guilt may have driven Josh to go with Riley via one of the Auroras, trying to get medical help. Josh, you aren't going through. We do this together. Gavin. Josh, you are not going through. We do this together. Ty's advice, LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1. He and Izzy had already been disappointed by Gavin's beliefs, and there was no assurance that their father's latest plan would lead to Eve. Josh's greatest priority at the time was to care for his fiancée. Speaking of Gavin's theories, couldn't we have had a flashback to only the Harris family before Levy was introduced? There was very little of Eve as it was. Truthfully, I was relieved that Gavin was still having problems with Levy after everything that had happened. I would have despised it if they had settled their problems off-screen. While he struggled to trust Levy, Ty sought to persuade Gavin to talk about his history in the hopes that it would unlock a blocked memory and lead them to Eve. Even though Levy too harmed Ty, Ty seemed to forgive him more easily than the rest. A major clue, LA-BREA Season 3, Episode 1. Levy was able to decipher the missing memory code, and the two realized what Sierra meant. However, they also endangered someone else they were trying to protect. I like Scott's involvement in locating the riddles, as he was frequently presented as little more than Lucas' sidekick. This time, his scientific knowledge came in handy. I never thought you could turn on a laptop using potatoes and wire, but Scott made it happen. When viewing science fiction shows, we often have to suspend disbelief, especially when words are spoken through computers. While there are some functions, such as voice chat, they do not appear to be like that. Gavin was determined to solve the mystery, which caused more issues. I felt for Petra. She had just opened up to Scott, who had vowed to look after her, and then she was taken again. Poor kid. Scott is only concerned with her because she is a constant victim. Thank you for watching.